Alright, I'm going to make a little bit of a bold prediction here. Stay with me on this. It might seem a little out there, but I believe that this movie pretty much succeeding in proving to us that a Last of Us adaptation, whether in film or as a miniseries, definitely could work, and I want it really, really badly. Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials stars Dylan O'Brien and all the other Maze people. And then also we got Giancarlo Esposito, Gus from Breaking Bad, Barry Pepper, you know, a couple of the other people from the first. How do you pronounce his name? Aidan Gillen. I always think of him as the villain from 12 Rounds. Danny Fisher, I'm gonna put you through 12 rounds. And now I think of him, You'll Never Survive in the Scorch. And it's directed by Wes Ball. And this is the sequel follow-up to The Maze Runner, a movie I quite like actually. I thought The Maze Runner was a pretty badass movie. The ending though was very much just like, and sequel franchise. Yeah. Like just, it really shoved it down your throat until you choked on it, and then it gave you a little bit more. It was that obvious and that poorly placed. And going into this one, I wouldn't say I was excited, like anticipating anything like that. I think I'm just very burnt out of these young adult novel things. Like even Mockingjay, the final one of that, I don't care that much about the Allegiant. Like I'm done, I'm burnt out, I'm over with it. But that doesn't mean I was going in negatively thinking it was gonna suck. It's just I don't get excited for these anymore, for sure. But I was willing to let it be a good movie, and in this one, Thomas and all the other maze people, they've just been rescued from the maze. They're taken away from Wicked, and they're in a little base because I guess the Earth is a scorch, it's a desert, and that's a bad impression of the villain. And they're there and they're gonna be protected and like, yeah, we'll clean you up, whatever, and then we'll send you off to the real world. It's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be good, it's all gonna be okay. But then Thomas and like another kid there, they're starting like, things don't seem quite like how they should be, something's up here. And they stumble across some things, go out on the run to discover how the world really is, and kind of a little bit of a chase. And honestly, not a lot of stuff happens. Trying to think of how to describe it, not much happens per se. Like stuff happens, but nothing of importance happens, I guess. Essentially, Thomas and the other maze people, I don't remember all their names, I'm sorry, there's a lot of them, but they all run out, and then I guess we go into a little bit of the Last of Us zombie type situation, and then a full, like a weird detour into like a drug trip out club, and then a full-blown action movie at the end. And then set up for the last one, which I'm hoping, just stop doing the two-parters. Whatever the last Maze Runner is, just make it one movie. It's fine, just do it that way. Allegiant, just do one movie. Don't do two movies anymore. One of the things I talked about, this movie, in my opinion, heavily inspired by The Last of Us. I mean, they're zombies, and it's sort of an infection thing. The way they, like, there's some of them that do that, like the jaw clicking, making a lot of the same sounds as the zombies from Last of Us. There's spores, like an underground area where there's spores, where the zombies grow out of these spores on the walls and everything. Like, you cannot watch it and not see The Last of Us. If you played The Last of Us, you will see that and go, that's The Last of Us in live action form. It's pretty exciting. Because yeah, that could be a good movie. It'd be an even better TV show or miniseries. As great as it is as a game, if you want to do it and you like, oh, maybe that won't work, take a look at this. It looks pretty badass and creepy. It could work. So yeah, they took pretty heavily from that, and then, yeah, so there's like, they run away in the desert, and then some meandering, and then some cool zombie stuff, some more meandering. Bleh. I enjoyed the zombie stuff, and then when it gets to the end I enjoyed quite a bit. It's big action packed. We got Gus in here, and he's got like really big hair. It's amazing. And there's a big like shootout action thing at the end. Barry Pepper's on a Gatling gun. Ah! Like, how can you not watch that and be like, okay, that's awesome. Barry Pepper on a Gatling gun, it's worth it. And as far as the characters and all that, like, I'm fine with them. I don't really care about any of the characters. Like, I like Thomas. He's good. I think the kid can be a star one day. He was one of my top picks for the next Spider-Man. Didn't quite work out. But I'll tell you this, he does not have a good run. Maybe I think it's just his running is very flailing, and I expect if you're gonna run, you gotta Tom Cruise it. That's the only way to run nowadays. But I like him. I like Thomas and everyone else. I've got fledgling appreciation for. Like a character or two dies off, and I was like, I don't care. It's like that character meant nothing to me. Some of them I like more than others. I hope they don't die, I guess. As a humanist, like, I don't want them to die just because, but as characters, yeah. And also the girl, I forget the actress's name and the character's name, but every time Thomas was talking or asking about her or something, it's like, okay, Thomas, hide your boner, put it away, we can all see it. It's just out there for everyone to see. Hide your boner, Thomas. Every time he's just like, oh, and blah, 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 about the girl. I don't remember her name, but it's like, Thomas, put your boner away. It's just throbbing. It's out for everyone to see. Put it away. The thing about the girl is I didn't care for her in the first one, and I didn't care for her in this one. I had no strong feelings of liking or disliking her, and then something happens in the movie which definitely pushed me in one direction or the other. I'll let you decide. I think we all would pretty much agree on which direction it goes. So this movie, I enjoyed the zombie elements, I enjoyed some of the action, some of it was very forgettable. A lot of the movie just kind of meandered along. It was fine, it was perfectly an okay movie to sit there and watch. It's not that memorable though, aside from Barry Pepper on a machine gun. There's not a lot to remember in this. Yeah, it's just, it kind of felt like this should be the part one setup to the final movie, because it just felt like a lot of setup, except there wasn't that much setup even. There was a little bit, a little peak. I don't feel strongly about this movie one way or the other. It feels very middle of the road. Like, I enjoyed the first one quite a bit, and this one just, yeah, I would give it a C+. It's just very middle of the road, mediocre, okay. Pick a few moments that are good, but most of all, just nothing there really. But yeah, what do you think of it? Comment below, tell me you thought of it. Again, I don't want people to get mad like, how dare you fucking hate it. I don't hate it, I just don't really like it. It's very middle. It's like, I was perfectly fine with the movie. It's fairly watchable, but there's not that much there. So yeah, comment below, tell me you thought of it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.